In this session, we are going to see the logical functions if and sum function, sum function, VLOOKUP function, and PMT function. In this particular worksheet, we are going to see how we can display in a customized fashion for the identification process which has been done, which was based on 3 tests. Here, if we want to display accept or reject based on the condition or based on the identification factor of the company policy, we are going to use if function. If you want to use the if function, we will click on fx logical if, and we'll say okay. In this particular dialog box, it is asking for a logical test. The logical test is nothing but a value which it receives from the business rule or the process. So here we'll select the G7 and value. If it is true, what is a value which we want to display? If it is true, then we want to display accept, accept, accept. If it is false, we want to display reject, reject, reject. And now we'll click on OK. Since the identified candidate is not accepted, that is rejected, here using the if function we have customized the display of the particular process. If we want to drag the formula, what we will do is we will just double click on it. If function can also be used for the grading purpose. In this particular part, we are going to grade the employees based on the percentage which they achieve in the technical category. The business rule for obtaining the grade in this particular process is 85 marks. If an employee scores greater than 85, we want to display A, and if he scores less than 85, we want to display B. In this particular process, what we will do is we will place a cursor where we want to display the grade. We'll go into fx, use the function if, we'll say OK, and here the logical test is the score which has been achieved by the candidate. Here we need to compare with the value, that is the business process is less than 85. If it is true, we need to display a grade of B. If it is greater than 85, the condition is false. In this particular case, we need to display A, and we will click on OK. So since this particular person has achieved more than 85, his grade is A. This is how you can grade number of employees based on conditions. If you want to copy this formula, we need to just double click at the right hand bottom. If function can be used for grading and for also customizing the display. It is basically used for a logical comparison, and if it is true, what exactly the value you want, and if it is false, what exactly the value you want. If you want to display in this particular situation, we use if function. In this worksheet, we are going to see how to calculate the sum of the values and also sum of the values depending on a particular condition. First, we will see how to calculate the total of all these salaries. Here we have employee ID, employee name, department, and salary. Here, if you want to calculate the sum of the salaries, then we can use either sigma or fx, the phased function. In this function, what we are going to do is we are going to say math and trigonometrical, going to search for sum function, and we're going to click on OK. Here by default it takes the range of the cells. You just click on OK, automatically it calculates the sum of all these cells. So the sum is displayed at the position where you place the cursor and you have used the function. Now we are going to see a function which exactly calculates depending on a particular function or a particular condition. Now here we have an employee name, department and the salary. Suppose if I want to calculate the salary total of a particular department, like let's say IT, then I will be using a function called as SUMIF. If I want to use a function SUMIF, what I will do is I will click on FX, Math and Trigonometrical, and scroll down for the function called SUMIF, and I'll click on OK. Here it is asking me the range of the cells for which I need to calculate. The range of the cells is given as D3 to E14. The criteria for the calculation is IT. The sum range which I need to calculate is the values for which I want to calculate the total. And then after providing these three information, I will click on OK. So this means that for a particular department, my salaries are 2,28,600 rupees. So in this particular sheet, we have seen how to calculate the total, that is the sum function, and how to calculate sum based on a particular condition, that is SUMIF. In this particular worksheet, we are going to see the usage of a VLOOKUP function. VLOOKUP function is generally used when we are working with some master databases or some master worksheets, and we want to find out a particular information of a particular employee ID. This particular VLOOKUP function can be used when you have a unique column on the left hand side of your master table. In this particular worksheet, suppose I have a master data of an employee name, department and a salary, and I want to find out only a particular employee ID's salary. In this particular case, what I can do is I can use a VLOOKUP function which exactly can give me the salary corresponding to this particular employee ID. If I want to use a VLOOKUP function, fx lookup and reference, I will scroll down VLOOKUP, I will say OK. In this particular VLOOKUP dialog box, the lookup value is the employee ID. The table array is the entire data in which we want to search for. The column index number is the column number corresponding to which column we want to get the ID. This is the first, second, third and fourth. So here we need to specify column number 4. And range lookup is a logical value which to find the closest match or an exact match. If we want to find the exact match, we will give a value as false. And now we will click on OK. So corresponding to the employee ID 1247, we have a salary of 12500. Instead of checking each and every employee ID, we can just simply check using a VLOOKUP function. Suppose immediately after we find employee ID 1247, we want to find the employee ID 1250. So for that, what we need to do is we just need to type 1250 and then press enter. Automatically the salary corresponding to the employee ID 1250 is automatically brought into this particular cell. In this worksheet, we have seen how to use VLOOKUP function when we are working with some master informations. In this worksheet, we are going to see another financial function which is used for calculating the EMI, that is nothing but equated monthly installments. If we want to calculate the equal monthly installments for a loan based on 1 lakh at an interest rate of 9%, installments are 60 and mode of payment is 1, that is at the beginning of the month if you are planning to pay. Then if you want to calculate the equated monthly installment, we need to click on FX. The category of the function is financial. Then we need to search for PMT function, and we need to say okay. Now here it is asking the rate. Rate is nothing but 9% divided by, this is an yearly percentage, so we need to divide by 12 so that we get monthly percentage. N per is the total number of months which we need to pay for the loan. This is nothing but 60. The principal value is nothing but the loan amount which we want to take. Future value is omitted because if we want to pay at a future date, we need to specify future, otherwise we can omit the future date. Type is the mode of the payment is a logical value. If you're paying at the beginning of the month, it is 1. Payment at the end of the period, it is 0. Now you just click on OK to find out the equated monthly installment amount for a loan of 1 lakh at the rate of 9% for 60 months. This is the simplest way of calculating an EMI using your Excel. Thank you. If you want any further information and training, you can please contact us at this specified cell number. Thank you.